You're listening to the Mopcast Network.
Bless your heart, Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com.
Welcome to the Weekly Mopcast, your look at what's happening in pop culture and what's going on in the Mopcast Network. You can follow us on Twitter at Mopcast Network or on Facebook at facebook.com/Mopcast Network. Now here are your hosts, Scotty and Stephanie.
Welcome to the Weekly Mopcast, episode 80.
Oh my God, is it really 80?
Yeah, episode 80. Yeah, episode 80. I looked.
It's kind of awesome that you
To research?
yes, 80.
I'm your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty, and I'm joined by, as always,
Your facilitator of fun, Stephanie.
and we are at Stephanie's house and her studio, which is her back porch looking at her glorious yard that's well cleaned up and kept.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
It's springtime in Mobile, Alabama.
Thank God it's spring.
And it's nice. So it's in the 70s and it's beautiful outside, and this is where I wanted to podcast.
And this is for all the people up north who are still dealing with cold and snow and stuff. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I can't do that.
That is terrible.
Come to Mobile.
I got friends in Chicago who are like, we're under snow. And I'm like,
Come to Mobile.
Nope, not happening. Nope. If everything goes right, we actually sound better. We have been on a little hiatus and we're back now. And during the hiatus, I got new equipment.
And it's awesome.
And I'm getting more equipment too. So this is just the start of it. So we'll talk about that later though. So how you been?
I've been really, really good. How about you?
I've been good.
So I was looking at my Facebook today, and 1 year ago we were headed to Star Wars Celebration.
Right, we were. We're at
1 year ago.
1 year ago. We flew. Your mother drove us to the airport.
Yes, and we flew.
I'm reminiscing like it was like a mini time. It was a year ago. I remember that.
It was a year, but I don't know how you feel about it, but it seems like it has flown by. It does not feel like a year has passed since Star Wars Celebration.
Oh, for me, it sounds like it. Like when I hear about Star Wars Celebration, it sounds like it was a many years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I think about it. That was just a couple months ago.
And I think
that's how I feel.
And I think because we had different experiences.
We did. I'm wearing my shirt from Star Wars Celebration tonight.
I'm wearing one of my shirts I wear to work.
Well, yeah, I changed.
I went to work first.
You're lucky I have a bra on.
Well, it's your house. Let the tatas be free.
That's right.
I don't mind. Not that you can hear, but I can hear. I think it's interesting. There's carpenter bees around. They don't bite or anything. They don't sting, but they're just
just make holes in my patio.
And a hum.
It's kind of nice. It's a nice hum.
It's like a hum. It's very ominous. But yeah, no. So yeah, a year ago we were at Star Wars Celebration. Still no announcement about when 2019 Star Wars Celebration is.
I know, but we're going. Who cares?
Yeah, we are going.
I mean, as soon as it comes out, I am buying tickets. You're buying tickets. We're going to try to get the VIP tickets because this is happening.
Yeah. Okay. So for what I understand about the VIP tickets, so everyone who had VIP tickets before are the first people who get the chance to get them.
Right.
And so whatever left over is thrown into this Thunderdome of you can grab them or stuff. That's why they go so fast.
Did our friends from London get VIP tickets?
They probably did.
Because I will send them money when they get theirs to purchase ours.
No, I think they can only get just one copy.
Oh, that's so sad.
Because I know our friends who do the Toy Run podcast, Jake and Chris, have VIP.
You don't think they can purchase extra?
You know what? I may ask.
You should ask,
I may
because I
sweet
will
talk Jake.
totally PayPal them some money.
So
anyway,
I got to talk about PayPal and all kinds of stuff. That's my new hobby. Oh, so much stuff to talk about. We got so much to cover. Plus, stuff in the world.
Yeah, things. We have stuff in the world. Things are going on in our lives a little bit differently. At least mine. And.
She has a new job.
I have a new job. I science now.
Yeah, she's science from handcuffing people to sciencing them.
To science.
She's I'm going to educate the masses.
I have like a full freaking time job now. What did I do?
Yeah, well, money's good.
Yeah, it's great. So I work for a nonprofit science museum, science center, science whatever. So I basically teach science, but in a fun way. Like we have different galleries and stuff. It's kind of like a science museum, and so we have classes.
No,
that
it's
come
not
in.
kind of like a science museum. It's exactly
Okay,
what it is.
it's a science museum. For instance, today I did chemistry for 7th and 8th graders. I set my hands on fire and blew fire out of my mouth because I was teaching them exothermic chemical reactions, and they
Nerd.
dug that so hard.
Well, yeah, because you're like a superhero by the time.
I am. So
You
what?
lo-
You guys want me to set my hands on fire? And they like, yeah, and it was awesome. One girl's like, oh, I want to do that, and I'm like, oh, I can't. Don't try this at home.
When you get older, you can come work here. We'll show you how to set yourself on fire safely.
It's awesome though.
I'm still doing the same job, so my job's still what it is. So
Your job's pretty awesome.
I know I
though.
love my job. Don't get me wrong. I don't know where you want to start.
I don't know.
It's been a while,
I mean,
so.
it has been a while. There's a lot of stuff. We've. We missed the whole Star Wars Discovery as far
Star
as
Trek,
Star Trek. Gosh.
Star Wars.
Sorry,
Look
I'm
at you.
Oh God, I should be.
So did you
flailed.
finish it? We'll talk Discovery.
Yeah, I did. Well, I'm just saying that it's been so long since we podcasted. We missed an entire series of a show that we should have been talking about. And I only said Star Wars because we just talked about
Right.
that.
I know.
But,
I'm just picking on you.
Star Trek Discovery, yeah. So that's a thing because that was awesome.
So, yeah,
I finished it
I
and I
fin-
loved it.
I hated the first half.
Did you really?
Yeah, I couldn't stand it. I hate the Klingons.
Oh, I
Absolutely.
hate the Klingons.
I hate the Klingons.
I still, even till the end, I
Oh,
hated the
like-
Klingons.
like-
but the storyline to me is so good, and
So
the acting. was so
but
good.
no, production wise, it's great. I like the cast. I like the ship. I especially love Jason Isaacs as Captain Lorca. Dug that. Lorca's
He's amazing.
my second
I met
favorite.
him.
Yeah, he's my second favorite captain.
Did you meet him? Did you meet him at?
Yeah, I met
I
him.
did too. I
yeah.
met him at Pensacon too.
And we'll talk about Pensacon too. We did a Pensacon episode, so you can listen to
Yeah.
that. But I watched it weekly, well in chunks. We couldn't quite make it weekly, but at our friend Uncle Henry's house.
Right.
So I watched it with him because he is a secret Star Trek fan.
Yeah. I usually join you for stuff like that, but my husband, who is not as geeky and nerdy as we are, absolutely loves Star Trek.
See, I disagree. I think he's just as, and I think
You think he hides it?
I don't think he hides it. I just think he expresses it in different ways.
I don't know, because a lot of the stuff that you and I talk about, he has no clue about. Like
Yeah.
Star Wars, he has no clue.
That's fine,
But
Star
Star
Trek,
Trek,
he knows his track.
He knows Star Trek, and that's why. So he would referee soccer on Sundays, and I would wait for him. He would not. He's like, don't watch it without me. So that's why I didn't go to Uncle Henry. So
Right.
he would come home from refereeing soccer, and we would watch it because that was kind of like he was so into that.
So minus a few episodes. I mean, I hung in with it. The first half. That first half is tough to get through for me, though. I mean, it was interesting, but it's
I
like
loved it.
the Klingons were like.
I
there's-
hated the Klingons. I still hate the Klingons.
There's scenes of these god awful lizard looking Klingons talking in Klingonese, and
Only.
yeah, it's almost as bad as trying to watch the Star Wars Holiday Special when it's just nothing but Wookiees, and I'm like, I just don't even care about their plight. I get, we've got to stay pure, we've got to kill everyone because we're not, and I'm like, I don't even see how that's a thing, but okay, whatever.
So if you haven't watched it, watch it. I mean, yes, the Klingons are horrible, in my opinion.
So what's cool?
They are not Klingon, but if you watch it and stick with it,
Oh, no,
the
no.
payoff, there's a payoff.
Again,
Yeah.
we're spoiling. I don't.
I'm just saying. I'm not going to spoil.
Oh, I will.
What's going? I'm just saying. There's a payoff.
I'm gonna
Watch
spoil
the
it.
show. It's you're going to spoil it. You're just going to spoil it.
Right, it's not my show.
That's right.
It's also.
Well, if
it's,
you haven't seen it, I'm sorry.
it's also 3 months old. So
It is 3 months
it's
old.
Almost,
Let's
it's also
spoil it.
three. It's,
If you haven't seen it, too bad. We're about to spoil
Yeah, pause here.
Something
Yeah.
something out of it.
pause here and go 5 minutes. We'll probably moved on to The Walking Dead by then.
That's right.
So first half couldn't stand. However, as much as I disliked the first half, I love the second half of this show. And so in the second half of the season, they jumped to the mirror universe. which I love the Mirror Universe. Huge,
I do too.
I'm a huge DS9.
I love Mirror Universe.
Yeah.
Anything.
I'm a huge DS9 fan, and they did a
Yes.
lot of cool episodes of it. And so I love the Mirror Universe, and so they went to the Mirror Universe. And the reason how they went to the Mirror Universe is that the Star Trek the Starship Discovery has some magical way to transport through time and space. Right, they basically get high with fungus. And
It's the coolest thing. It's like my argument over this is like this is pre Captain Kirk.
yeah, but only
And
like
it's
10
pre
years.
everything, right? But it's pre like Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager.
Right.
But their technology is so much more advanced
I don't.
than any of that on this ship, on this particular ship, which kind of reminds me of some DS9 kind of stuff with Bashir. You know what I'm talking about.
No.
You know that secret kind of.
Okay. Also, DS9 is celebrating its 25th anniversary. You can spoil whatever.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. That secret kind of.
Oh! So you're talking about Section 31?
Yes. So that's
Pop
this,
culture Native American spirit guide.
Thank
Booyah!
you. That's what you're for. So Section 31. That's what this ship is.
Oh yeah, the whole ship totally. I started
Totally.
watching this. I was like, oh, I hope this is a Section 31 ship. So far, it's not been.
It's not, but it
I'm
is.
I'm
But it is.
It's a missed opportunity.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be because.
So so the ship travels through. They have a warp drive, but they also can jump through space, kind of like Battlestar Galactica, who can just do jumps instead of just like travel, and they do it through mushrooms. so the engineer, they have a little gay Scotty, and he's adorable too. He's the guy who got.
I love him. He was in Rent, by the way, for your theater nerds.
He's also the guy who ruined Kevin Spacey's career.
Right.
I mean, Kevin Spacey ruined his own career, but he's the one who was involved.
Right. So for theater nerds, guy in Rent ruins
he-
Kevin Spacey's
little
career
gay engineer who gets high on mushrooms and takes the
and navigates.
and jumps through time and space. It's great. I love. And
You're
so-
not lying. That's pretty much how
I mean,
it
the best way
goes.
to describe it, right? He gets high on mushrooms. Boom, boom, boom.
That's right.
And so they end up jumping to the Mirror Universe, where you find out that the second greatest captain to ever exist in Star Trek is a Terran. He's from the Mirror Universe.
Oh,
I lost my shit.
I know. It's like, oh my god.
I'm sitting with Uncle Henry, and I just scream like a girl. He looks at me disapprovingly because that's what he does, and I lose my mind.
See, I would have said the F word in front of Uncle Henry because I did
You
say the
can't
F word.
do that.
I know, but I'm just saying there's reasons why I can't watch this in front of him because when that happened, the F bomb dropped in my household.
This is like, oh,
It was like holy.
and it's Jason Isaacs at his best. Jason Isaacs. I mean, this is
So it's like if Lucius Malfoy were on Star Trek.
Oh, no, because
It
I
was
don't know.
great.
Maybe you're. I'll take that back.
I'm a little close to that.
You are.
What do you
'cause
think about it?
Well, I was thinking about the Pensacon panel, and he talked about getting into character and which character, how.
Right, Lucius Malfoy's not a bad guy according to him.
But because he's a racist, and
He's a racist.
and then I'm like, yeah, Lorca's a racist too, because he's all pure Terran, hates the aliens. I'm like, or he's just, at least a
Right.
speciesist.
So if you have Lucius Malfoy that's in the Star Trek universe, that's this guy, and it's amazing.
But I think even more of a badass.
Yay, Slytherin!
He's like I don't know. Even,
I met the cutest little young Slytherin the other day, last night, by the way.
All right.
I'm just saying, we'll go back to that later.
No,
Okay, well,
I know. I'll sum it up. Star Trek Discovery. Check it out.
so I'm a big soccer fan,
Yes.
huge soccer fan.
I don't understand it.
It's okay.
No, I don't understand why you're a fan. I don't understand the sport.
Okay, we'll talk about the sport later. I don't have time in this podcast to talk about the game of soccer. But I went to so in Mobile we have a semi-pro soccer team, AFC, and they had a preseason party for the supporter team or the supporter group, which is the Causeway Rebellion, and that I'm a part of the Causeway Rebellion, and it was a family-friendly event, and there was this little girl, I want to say maybe 9, 10 years old, who big into the soccer, but she had on a Harry Potter shirt. She had on her 9 3/4 shirt, which I have. And I said, hey, I have that same shirt. And she like got all excited and started talking Harry Potter with me. And she says, so what house are you? I said, I'm Slytherin. And she goes, oh my God, I'm also Slytherin. And so it started this big conversation and we became bonded. And it was amazing.
So speaking of Slytherin, and you may know this, and our audience, our artist doesn't. And we've added someone to our little podcast family. We've kind of, I don't know, I kind of forced her into it, and
I love her.
And the more I do, I'm trying to get her. Eventually, we have a show we're gonna be doing soon, but so our when you, we have we do the game show hashtag, and we have added in the last go around a prize pixie. And she's played by our dear friend Justina Willis, and so I'm over at Justina and her husband Josh, who's my oldest, dearest, best friend. I mean, I've known
and they're
him.
amazing people. By
They're
the
great.
way.
They're great folk, and I've known Josh since I think he was in the 8th grade, so way over 20 years. And so we do an occasional game night at their house, and we're playing games and. Harry Potter came up, and so I asked, what house is she? And she looked at me with, like, horror. In
like,
her
how do you not know this already?
Well, no. She's like, with horror and disappointment, she's like, I think they got it wrong, but I'm Slytherin.
Oh. Well, Harry Potter's son also was put into Slytherin, and he was not happy about it. But Slytherin is not a bad house. Snape, who was actually a very courageous hero, is a Slytherin. There are some good Slytherins. I'm a Slytherin. I'm not a bad person. I like power. That's not bad. I'm just saying. I'm a Slytherin.
I'm also a Slytherin.
Are you a Slytherin?
Yeah, I thought you knew that.
No, I didn't know that. I thought you were a Hufflepuff.
I don't know how to take that.
I'm sorry.
Seriously, thought I was a Hufflepuff?
I thought you were a Hufflepuff.
No. Girl. Slytherin. I'm fixing to prove it. I'm pulling this shit up on my phone.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, Scotty.
No,
I had no idea.
Pottermore.
Well, you know that my husband is a Hufflepuff.
That's terrible for you.
It is terrible.
At least Josh is a Ravenclaw.
Oh, that's better than a Hufflepuff. I'm actually impressed you're a Slytherin, but I don't see you as a Slytherin. You answered all the right questions, I guess.
The hat picked me. I mean, what is that?
It's awesome. And that's like canon. Pottermore is canon. Once
Right.
you've been chosen, you've been chosen.
I'm looking for so I can log in.
I'm a Slytherin at heart, though, too. That's what I would have picked anyway.
I don't know anything about Harry Potter. I don't like.
Are you? Oh my God!
Like I won't lie. Like I know.
Have you not seen the movies? Have you not read the books?
So I'm gonna I'll announce this now because it's gonna happen. So, Justina's considerably younger than we are, and she's only seen, I think, honestly, a part of a Star Wars film.
We need to have a switcheroo night.
So what we're
or
doing?
switch a new deal, and it can't be a night.
So what we're gonna do is, Justine and I are gonna go watch the Star Wars films and do a podcast after everyone. We're gonna do them in
I want to be part of this.
we're gonna do
though.
episode order.
I totally want to be a part of this.
You want to be a part of everything?
No, because I want to see her reaction to. I want to be a part of the Harry Potter stuff.
And so afterwards we do the Star Wars. We're gonna do it where I watch Harry Potter with her, because I know I've seen. Josh and I saw one of them in the theater. I know that one. I think that's the one with the crazy blonde chick. Or
You mean Luna Lovegood?
crazy blonde chick. She was like kind of out of there, like
Yeah.
like she was way into California in
That's
1960s.
so cute. That would be the Order of Phoenix. Would be the first one that she was in.
All right, I've maybe seen that one, and then I know I've seen at least part 1 or part 2 of Deathly Hallows, but I don't remember which one. And I may have seen the first or second one. All I remember, there was a ghost in the bathroom.
Moaning Myrtle.
Oh, see, okay, so but I don't know why there was a ghost in the bathroom.
Because she died in there.
That's terrible. I mean, if you've got to go, you got to go somewhere. Literally.
Bless your heart. You know, Jay, my husband has not seen the Harry Potter films either, at all. He rolls his eyes anytime I talk about Harry Potter.
I don't roll my eyes. I mean, I get it.
No, he totally rolls his eyes. Can he please be a part of your podcast? Can we make him watch the Harry Potter films?
I don't want to make anyone watch anything.
I want to make him watch it and let him be a part of your podcast.
I mean, what me and Justina have is an exchange. I don't think you're forcing anyone.
I don't think he's seen all the Star Wars films either. He should be here. Oh, wait. Do you hear that? Is that a duck?
Sure.
So,
oh, there you go.
I just want to say I live in a a neighborhood, not in the country, and I just heard a duck.
I'm proving my Slytherin
Look
hood.
at you! You are a Slytherin.
So my Hogwarts house is Slytherin. My Ivermorny house, which is I guess the American side.
Yes.
I am. I don't know what I.
You know, I don't know a lot about those, but I'm a cat.
I am a Wampus.
Whatever's the cat is what I am.
Wampus is a magical panther-like creature.
That's me. I'm a Wampus.
We're Wampuses. What up?
We're both the same thing.
All right, my wand.
I didn't look that
This
up.
is why we're besties.
Slytherin Wampus.
My wand is cypress wood with a unicorn hair core. It's surprisingly swishy and flexible.
I need to look at my wife. I can't. I don't. I'm too
What's your
lazy.
Patronus?
Oh,
You didn't do anything.
hold on.
Look at you.
We got time. I don't want to look all that up. We got stuff to talk about.
It's on the app.
I think my Patronus is something silly. I think it's a rabbit or something.
Mine's a wildcat.
Yeah, it's not cool. My Patronus was not cool.
My Patronus is pretty bad. My Patronus has a first name.
It's OSCAR. Hold on, I forgot to sign into this.
Books I purchased. So speaking of Harry Potter, Harry Potter had a play. She wrote a play, and they performed it in the West End, and they're currently in previews or about to be in previews over here in the U.S. before it hits Broadway. Do you know when that sucker's clocking in at?
What?
Almost 5 hours.
Oh, geez, really?
I can't watch Harry Potter for 5 hours.
I could.
I can't watch a play for 5 hours.
I read the book, the
script.
The script. So there's rumors as that's going to be the next movie.
Probably
Movies.
that makes sense. I mean,
Okay, my wand is. Well, I'm bringing it up. Okay, cedar wood, phoenix feather core, 12.5 inches in length, reasonable, supple flexibility.
I like the fact that cedarwood and you've got carpenter bees everywhere because that
I
actually
know,
kind
right?
of fits.
My
They love
Patronus is
some
a rabbit.
cedar.
It's a brown hair. It's a freaking rabbit.
Mine's a wildcat.
I have a freaking rabbit as my Patronus.
That's okay. Tricks are for kids.
It's okay. I'm all right with that. Whatever.
Beatrix Rabbit or Beatrix Fred. I love Kill Bill. But yeah, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is clocking at about 5 hours, and I don't think they're making cuts, which I think is longer than it was in Britain, because that would have.
The book's not that long.
It's like, how do you make a 5.5 hour play? It's like
Because people will watch that. It's Harry Potter.
I don't know.
If they had an intermission, so I
you
could have
have
alcohol.
You have to have multiple intermissions, and you also understand that there will be a lot of children. You can't put kids in here to watch.
That's hard. No, that's hard for kids to watch a 5-hour play. But that's why they're going to do it in movies. I think it's going to be another trilogy.
Is it? Well, I guess 5.5 hours. I mean, is it long enough to be another trilogy?
No, well, it might be 2 movies. I don't know. It's coming.
more?
They're gonna make it into a film.
They're making Magical Beasts a sequel to that.
Yeah.
Or
But I
Fantastic
heard that they're
Beast
doing The
or-
Cursed Child into movies now.
Well, that's cool.
I'm totally down with it. And of course, what's his face is coming back for that.
Daniel Radcliffe?
Yes.
Oh, look at me. I just reached for a name.
I'm usually good at this, but I've been drinking as usual because I'm the
Facilitator
facilitator
of
of fun.
So you're basically at par.
I'm at par. You know that guy, that dude with the scar on his forehead. So
You're a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry. I'd be like,
Oh
sweet.
my gosh.
We'll have to get Justina on because I have to get her to tell everybody what Josh did for Christmas this year for her. It's absolutely adorable.
Is it better than what my husband did for me for Christmas?
I don't know what did he do for you.
He bought me Jason Momoa.
Oh yeah, I think this is I think the buying Jason, and we need to talk about that because we haven't even mentioned that. The Jason Momoa thing is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. This is more cool.
Yeah. I think so.
What did he do?
I have her tell you.
All right, so
Tell us about Jason Mamoa.
well, I have to do a backstory.
No, we got
I
time.
have fantasy boyfriends, and a couple of years ago, a few years ago, my fantasy boyfriend was Norman Reedus, who I still would not turn down if I was propositioned by, but still, that was my fantasy boyfriend.
He just looks dirty all the time, like in everything.
You know, I like it dirty, Scotty.
It's like
I like
you
it
should
dirty.
bathe. I don't.
Like it dirty.
It's like
Dirty. Anyway, so because my husband is freaking awesome, he came to New Orleans for the Wizard World Comic-Con in New Orleans, and my husband for Christmas, because the Comic-Con in New Orleans is always in January, so for Christmas he bought me VIP passes to see Norman Reedus. I'd already met him before at a bar, which was awesome. But I got the whole VIP experience of Norman Reedus. Loved it. Well, I broke up with Norman Reedus, and my new boyfriend is Jason Momoa. And he's been my new boyfriend for quite a while now. And
so wait.
since Game of Thrones.
So no, but when I have known you though, The Rock was somewhere in there.
There was a rock that would fit kind of in between Norman Reedus and Jason Momoa.
So basically, you're saying Rock was your rebound guy.
No, so The Rock is beautiful. Okay, for our listeners, I have a serious thing. Everybody has a look. It has a look that they like. I have a serious thing for beautiful Samoan men. I like big-built Samoan, Hawaiian, Pacific Islander. I like that look. That is my thing. I like big, tall, muscular, tattooed with the tribal tattoos kind of thing. That's my MO. So The Rock was always there. The Rock is so family-friendly. Even though he's beautiful and big, it makes him seem kind of gentle. And that's not my thing. So when I discovered...
You don't want a gentle lover.
I don't want a gentle lover. So when I discovered Jason Momoa in the Game of Thrones, that's and I know he's done stuff before that, Stargate and blah, 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 whatever. I discovered him on the Game of Thrones. And I was like, yeah. That's my guy.
I also like how you describe Game of Thrones like a grandma. Yeah, I watched it on the Game of Thrones.
On the Game of Thrones.
I had to talk about it on the
There's
Facebook.
this guy on the Game of Thrones.
Let me log into the AOL.
Kind of like, anyway. So
Is
yeah.
that your grandma? That's terrible.
I know, my grandma didn't sound like that. She sounded like a bitch. So she did.
Sorry, Grandma.
Sorry. But it's the truth. She was evil. She was an evil German bitch. I love her, but only because I had to.
So she was just German. Okay.
We're going to go with that. Anyway.
Hell, Nana.
So Jason Momoa has been my man for a while because he fits my Samoan Pacific Islander bill and he looks like he would pull my hair. So there's that. So my wonderful husband, who is very, very secure in our relationship, which is another reason why I love him, bought me VIP tickets to meet Jason Momoa at the Wizard World Comic-Con this past January. That was my Christmas present. So he bought me Jason Momoa for Christmas. And it was wonderful. He smelled like the ocean and sex when I hugged him. That's what Jason Momoa smelled like, the ocean and sex. And his abs felt like I could do laundry on him. And I did rub his abs. Don't think I didn't for 1 minute. I hugged him and hugged him really hard. And it was great.
think we have the title of this episode. The Ocean and Sex.
That's what he smelled like. It was brilliant.
All right. I've
So what did Justina get for Christmas?
I'll have her tell everyone. I'll have her on. I have met many a celebrity.
Did they not smell like Ocean and Sex?
I've never went, I want to sniff a celebrity.
Oh, I'm going to sniff Jason Momoa. You better believe it.
I mean, even women I'm into that
if I could have licked him, I would have. If I thought that I could have gotten away with it.
Two things I would have never done, especially on the first meeting. Hey, hi, I'm a fan. Can I sniff and lick you?
I mean, it was only because I was sober that I did not lick him. I'm telling you right now, Scotty.
I gotta call Jamie's like, can you help me out? Stephanie's in jail. We need some bail money.
Yes, it was.
I'm on my way.
And there's another guy there that I was almost that way with. That I was lucky enough that
he did let you lick him.
No, he would have because he stole my phone and we took lots of selfies. He was great. For those of you who watch Sons of Anarchy, I am a big, huge Tommy Flanagan fan. Even before Sons of Anarchy and all the other stuff he's ever done. But
I think that was Boondock Saints was the only thing I've seen him in.
Oh my God, he's been in like Gladiator, Braveheart. I mean, there's
Gladiator.
Yes. Oh my God, he's I can't remember his character name, but he was the guy who brought Russell Crowe's like figurines to him as like the main friend.
It's so long since I've seen that movie.
Anyway,
all I remember is not yet, not yet.
He's been in so many things, and he's amazing.
Was he in? What is it? He was in Gladiator. What else? You said
Braveheart. Scotty White, come on!
Recently watched.
Come
Braveheart
on,
too.
Native American pop culture spirit.
I don't
guy.
know everything. I'm not. No. Scottish culture.
You need to Google Tommy Flanagan. But anyway, I'm a huge Sons of Anarchy fan.
I don't know if I want to Google Tommy Flanagan.
I'd Google Tommy Flanagan.
First of all, not my type. Second of all, he's probably in a committed relationship.
So we all have. If you are a Sons fan, you have your favorite Sons. My favorite was Chips, which was Tommy Flanagan's character. Like through the whole series, he was my favorite. And I met him at Pensacon. And I was so lucky because I was obviously for our network, I was covering panels, and I didn't get a lot of time to do my autographs and celebrity stuff. So I had 2 hours in between panels to go and do this. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope there's not a long line. I called him like at the right time. He had just got back from doing a photo ops, and there was nobody in line. I went right up to him. We talked. I hugged him. He hugged me back. He grabbed my phone. We took selfies together with my phone. He was amazing.
Very cool.
So amazing. But he is like one of my, I have a pass. My husband said I have a pass on him if I ever get the opportunity. And I would take it. I'm just saying. Tommy Flanagan.
All right.
It didn't even have to buy the VIP pass for that.
I'm sad because I think about why I am buying. So I'm going to Fanboy Expo Knoxville in July. It's the weekend before July 4th.
I'm going to Japan.
Yeah, you're going to Japan. I'm going to send you with a recorder so you can record in Japan so we can have a show from Japan.
We need to. Seriously, send me the recorder
for that. I'll just check the board one.
Yeah.
But so originally, okay, so my new hobby that's about a year old now. I'm obsessed with getting Star Wars cards and Star Trek cards autographed. Obsessed. It is a sickness. Like, there was a lady who was an Ugnaught in Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi, and 9.7, 9.8 people don't realize there's an Ugnaught because you can't see it. She's not, and I only know it because played the old card game. There was a card for her,
right?
And her name is Hazel Allen, and she lives in England. And her and her daughter both were in Return of the Jedi in different parts, and that's very well. She's getting up in years, like we all are, and
right.
But she's starting to develop dementia, and so
no.
they had a private signing for her to help her raise funds. And first of all, great cause. I'm glad to help out, someone who's part of Star Wars. Plus, it gives me a chance to get an autograph. And so I sent cards to England. I sent cards
awesome.
to England, and they got back to me. And I have cards signed by her. And what she does, she's not done very many signings. There are very few of those. And so I thought I'll post pictures
That's
on the
awesome.
website. I think it's cool. So I made a new friend recently in the last few months. He's a school teacher out of Florida, and who wants to be a graphic designer and loves graphic design.
What does he teach?
If I'm correct, it's math.
Okay.
And so his name is Ray, and he's outside the I think he's South Florida, so Orlando area, that area. And he had made. I met him on one of the many Facebook groups I'm in, but he had made Star Wars cards from the old card game on newer stuff.
Oh, you had a card. I
Yeah,
know the
right,
card you're talking
right.
about.
So
yeah,
he had made. So I had seen him. He had made some stuff for Rogue One. In the style, in that
Right.
old style, and I'm like, and as you know, I'm a huge Star Wars Rebels fan. And so I was like, "Can you make me some Rebels cards? I'll pay you to make me Rebels cards." And so he made me a set of Rebels cards, which I got Jason Isaac to sign an Inquisitor card for me. Well, now I'm obsessed with it. So the part of the fun for me is because he's basically putting all the images and stuff, but I'm finding the images and writing the descriptions and how they. I'm having some fun doing this, and so I have paid a lot of money for all kinds of I have too many damn cards that I'm trying to get signed. So.
That's awesome, though.
So this is why I'm going to Knoxville. Ian McDermott, who plays the Emperor,
Right.
is going to be there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's going to be there, and so
Is this a big con?
it's a medium sized con. I
Then
would
how
say.
did they get him?
They've got a good. Medium cons can get good guests.
Yeah.
It's
That's awesome, though.
probably. Pentacon smaller, maybe a little smaller. I don't know. I've never been to the show, but the guest list is pretty cool.
Being that I am part of the dark side, that's my emperor.
Right. Well, he's the only emperor.
Right. So, but he's my emperor.
But he was in the finale of Star Wars Rebels.
Right.
And he appears to Ezra as a hologram. And he talks to Ezra as a hologram. And they gave his hologram like a normal human looking. So I made a card of that image where he looks like a normal politician. And so I'll post an image of the card, but I'm having that signed and some a couple other things. So he's there. So I'm going for that. I'm paying, but I'm doing VIP because I can line skip.
Oh yeah.
I'm paying the extra shot because I'm only going to do the show. I'm only doing it one day. I'm going up Friday night after work because Knoxville's about 6 hours away from here, and I'll spend the night, do the show, and then drive back.
Okay.
I'm not doing. Yeah, I'm not, and I probably won't stay at the show very long.
We've got lots of shows coming up.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute too. But
I'm excited about that.
So I'm looking about who else other autographs I can get, and so I'm working. So what I do with these cards is I get them and I frame them, and I made a really cool Death Star 2 set with Lando, Neenum, and Wedge, all of their cards and signed. But those guys who blew up the Death Star 2, so I made a big thing out of it. I made my second one was Jadzia and Worf, their marriage.
That was awesome.
And so I've built a frame for that.
I don't want to talk about Michael Dorn though.
Yeah, we won't talk about Michael Dorn. We've talked about Michael Dorn on this podcast.
I'm not going to talk about him again.
And so
I'm bitter.
But I'm working on a couple of frames now. I'm working on a companion piece for the Death Star 2, but it's the throne room, the duel at the throne room.
Right.
And so I'm getting an Emperor card, a different one. So I'm paying for 2 autographs, and he's pricey, but it's worth it. But I'm getting an Emperor card signed by him. I have sent off a card and stuff to England for David Prowse's last signing.
His last sign. Do you know that my husband and I were talking about him the other night?
Really?
Yes. Which I always it makes my heart kind of warm up every time my husband strikes up a conversation about something nerdy. Guess it's usually soccer. That's all he talks about is soccer. And he was talking about David Prowse the other night, how he got gypped.
He did.
And it's like, oh my God, I'm so impressed you know his name.
He did. And it is what it is. But he's also suffering from dementia.
But you know how the conversation came up? There's a soccer player for, oh God, one of the Premier League teams, and I can't remember which team. It might even be Arsenal, whose last name is Prowse. And he's like, I wonder if he's related.
Probably.
That's how the conversation came up, was from soccer.
Probably.
But still.
So I was looking at I'm making this. So I'm sending off for David Prowse's last signing. So I'm hoping to get that card back, and then I gotta go hunt down Mark Hamill, which probably will be not until next.
Have you already sent that off? How much? We'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
Never mind.
I've already
we'll
sent it
talk
off.
about that later. I want something signed, but we'll get that later.
But I know I sent it off months ago. So
you already sent it off?
Yeah, months ago.
Never mind.
So I probably won't get it for another couple months. But it's
okay,
coming out.
never mind.
But where was I? So I got to get Mark Hamill for that too. But probably won't get Mark Hamill until Celebration 19 next year. So I can. But
you'll be in line.
But
for
it's what I like about the hobby is that I can.
You're addicted to getting this stuff signed,
right? But I can. But
it's awesome.
It's spread out. But let me tell you how bad it's got. So first of all, I have. So I'm checking out who else is at Knoxville, and so I'm working on a First Contact from Star Trek.
I'm gonna look it up. Knoxville, what's it called?
Fanboy Knoxville. And I can tell you who some of them. But so I'm working on a Star Trek First Contact set of just the bridge crew, and I've already got a couple people signed already, but Riker's going to be there, and Crusher, so Gates McFadden's going to be up there, and Dwight Schultz, who plays Barkley.
Didn't we see them recently though?
Gates was at.
Well, I know Riker was because he played the trombone for somebody.
That was a Dragon Gun.
That was Dragon Con.
That was a Dragon Con.
I
That was
knew
before,
that was recently-ish.
Yeah, that was before I was going to build this piece, and then
This isn't okay, Junior.
So get this.
Uh-huh.
So here's the weirdest thing that I'm going to fanboy over that I think I'm going to. The reason why this long-winded story come to is that I think I'm buying the VIP experience for Richard Dreyfuss.
Well, no, that's not weird. I mean, he's a big star.
Right, and so I'm like, he's also getting up in years. So here's the thing about Richard.
He's like the first name mentioned.
Right. So here's the thing about Richard Dreyfuss that I'm just excited about. So Close Encounters of the Third Kind was filmed down here in South Alabama. A good chunk of it was filmed in South Alabama. So Richard Dreyfuss and Steven Spielberg has been to South Alabama. They also there's a great scene in Close Encounters of the Third Kind where it's it's past anthrax scared and people are trying to get up on the trains.
You've got to get me an autograph.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Let me tell a story.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. It just jumped at me.
It's the Weekly Mopcast, not the Stephanie Show.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize, audience. I just got excited as I'm going through the list.
So there's a scene where these people are rushing for the train at a train depot. That's filmed a block from my house where I live. So Richard Dreyfuss has been to my house. Been to my town.
He's been to your town.
He's been to my town, like a block away from my house. He's been to my town, and so I just kind of want to tell him, how dumb is that? So before, and it was like right before I was born, but he can't.
That's crazy.
So I think I'm gonna do it. I don't really do pictures, but I think I'm gonna get a picture of Richard Dreyfuss. I think I'm gonna do it.
I think you should.
I think I'm going to do it.
I totally should. I am looking at these stars, and I'm very jealous. I'm going to be... Well, I'm not jealous I'm going to be in Japan.
Yeah, well, you're going to see your son.
But I'm excited that there's some, like, James Marsters. Oh, my God. He's on my list, too. But I need... I will send you with money. I need, because of my son's obsession, an autograph of Ron Perlman.
Okay, I was going to get Ron Perlman anyway, so
I need an extra, yeah.
I'll tag on. Yeah,
you got to get something for me because, of course, we have Beauty and the Beast, but Sons. He's amazing. Well, Hellboy. He's amazing. Blade.
Yeah, he's also, for me, for what I collect, he's a Romulan. Well, he's a Reman.
Yes,
and so
he's a Reman. He's done so much stuff.
Cards.
Yeah, I need a Ron Perlman really bad.
So let me tell you how bad this has gotten. So, originally, and I blame our buddy Spencer. Spencer was the guy who had the karaoke kickoff for Celebration, bringing this all back to Celebration.
Oh yeah,
So
that was great.
Spencer's outside of Boston, and he's a great guy, and he has ruined me by introducing. There's a whole world of people who are convention helpers. So you can't make a show. You just send them money and a little bit of fee for their trouble, and they get stuff signed for you.
I might need to get in touch with all that stuff.
Oh my God! I have spent so much money.
I don't need that. Then. Don't do it. I don't want to know about that. Then
it's great service. I'm so happy for it, but I'm sending money off to get stuff signed. And there's there's a Philadelphia's Fan Expo at the end of the month, MegaCon next month, and I'm just like, I can't go to these shows. Here, get these autographs for me.
That's awesome for you, though.
So,
that is awesome.
oh, so broke.
And not awesome, but it's awesome.
But so that's my new obsession. I love collecting these autographs. So
See, I'm a photograph collector.
yeah, that's fine.
That's me, because then I can say I hugged and smelled them.
Yeah, you look better in pictures than I do. So
I just like to smell the hot guys. I'm not gonna lie.
If I get a photo op with Richard Dreyfuss, I'll tell you.
I don't need to,
like.
I don't need to know about Richard Dreyfuss.
I'm going to tell you. I'll be like, I'm sniffing him for you.
do it. Just my co-host says that I had to sniff you.
I had to sniff you.
That'll be your thing from now on.
It's weird.
Tell me what Ron Perlman smells like. I gotta know.
I will. Sure. This podcast went way
cigars
left.
probably. He probably smells like cigars.
Probably.
That's what I would imagine. I don't think he's not on my. He's on my like. I admire the hell out of him as an actor list, not like, oh my God, I want you on my other list, like Jason Momoa.
I gotcha. Speaking of shows, we're going to be at Mopcast this year at the end of May.
Yeah.
Last weekend of May, we're going to be doing #, and Bros, Booze, and Movies. I have not picked the movie yet, but
it'll be picked.
I want it to be something that's mobile based, but I'm not sure. And I'm leaning.
Oh, there's a lot of those.
But I'm leaning toward. Well, yeah, it's got to be something that people have kind of seen. I'm kind of leaning toward Under Siege.
Oh God, that was a horrible movie, but that would work for Bros, Booze, and Movies.
I'm kind of leaning towards.
There's
Under
always
Siege.
Close Encounters, which is a big one.
Yeah, but it's long.
It is long.
I don't want to do it.
Under Siege would be awesome.
Yeah, Under Siege,
and everybody knows it. It's right there at the battleship.
And we may do Close Encounters as just a separate show.
Well, it's not a B. Close Encounters is also not a B movie, and
but it's not a requirement for them. I mean, we've done
it's
Tombstone.
not. We did Tombstone that one time for our fundraiser.
And so it's not a requirement.
But I think Under Siege would probably be a good one because it's awful.
It's kind of where I'm leaning toward Under Siege. But we'll see. And also, I have just confirmed this today.
Okay.
We'll be at ShuckerCon in Charleston, West Virginia in September. It's September 21st through the 23rd. So we will be there. We should be doing #, there, and we may be doing Bros Booze there too.
That's awesome.
So we'll, as we get closer, we will keep. Stephanie and I also we will be at DragonCon. There's maybe a chance we may be doing the game show there too. So you may see us there.
That would be awesome.
So that's kind of what we're in line to do. So
we've got some stuff coming up. I'm kind of excited about all of this.
It's gonna be fun. I tell you, I'm excited for this. And I can talk about this next week. But guess where I'm going this weekend?
Where are you going this weekend?
I'm going to Augusta, Georgia.
For what?
To see Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, we saw him at Star Wars Celebration.
And we did see
That's awesome.
And so he's doing the same kind of thing he did at Star Wars Celebration.
Very bare and
this stripped down show. And I've been looking at his set list, and he's been doing just
playing all the B-sides,
all the greats, all he does some parodies. Mostly it's all his originals. The parodies he's done them as an acoustic unplugged kind of like a medley, just
like he did. So his performance at Star Wars Celebration was very unique as far as what I've seen him do, and it was fantastic. So
I paid for the highest level VIP experience.
Nice. What does that get you?
I get a meet and greet and a photo. I get a set list, and there's a trivia game beforehand, and
which you'll win.
I don't know if I'll win, but and then there's.
Speaking of trivia, go ahead and finish. But I have a thing to tell you.
But some very other cool stuff. So I will give a full report next week when I get back to talk about that.
Okay, so we have a local establishment that does a themed trivia night once a month. Last month was their themed was Friends, and out of like 20 teams, my team came in third, which I thought was respectable. We won a prize. We named ourselves Princess. Princess Consuela Banana Hammock was our team name.
That's amazing.
Yes, it was. So their next theme next month, which you need to be a part of, their theme is Star Wars. And so there's 3 of us on our team. We need a 4th for this one. A Star Wars expert.
I'm in.
But we've already named our team.
What are we called?
Up Sith Creek Without a Padawan.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I can be. What day is it?
I can't remember, but I'll let you know.
Let me know.
I'll let you know. We're going to do this.
We'll do it.
We're going to come in first.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because it's a Star Wars trivia.
I'm doing a charity trivia event in a couple of weeks with my buddy Mark Dawson, who's a Jeopardy champion. He's like a multi-day Jeopardy champion.
Uh-huh.
When I did Quiz Bowl in college, he's a question writer.
Awesome.
And that's how I met him. And so he Facebooked me out of the blue going, hey, I'm coming down for this charity event. Do you want to be a part of my team? And I was like, of course. And he kept going, well, there's no money involved. It's all for charity. I was like, I've never really made money doing trivia, so it's about normal.
We can pay our bar tab and food, essentially, if we win this Star Wars trivia.
And that's what I've been used to. I'm more used, so
it's okay. It'll be fine.
In college, me and one of the of age members of the team, that's how we practice. We would go our normal practice on campus, and then afterwards we'd hit the bar and win bar tabs.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
so I'm excited because when I found out what next month's thing was, then I said, hold on, I have a ringer. We got this. But I thought coming in third out of 20 teams for a Friends trivia was pretty respectable.
That's very cool, especially with Friends, because I have no idea.
Yeah, because there's a lot that I didn't remember too, so we did pretty well. Because we're old and we remember that crap. So, but it's fun. All this cool stuff that's going on. We're going to be busy.
We are going to be
coming
busy,
up.
So which is good. It was good.
And in July, I'm going to be going to Japan and visit my son, and I hope to do some recording because it's going to be awesome.
Cool. Yeah, like I said, I'll let you bring
all the nerd stuff. We'll find some Godzilla. Whatever. We'll find something cool. Talk about.
And bring me back a Kit Kat of a funky flavor.
I will. I'm going to bring back probably
because we can make that a video.
No, it's going to be.
Scotty eats crazy Kit Kats.
No, because I haven't had the weird flavor Kit Kats. And you know how you did the ectoplasma and you brought it back and we did a podcast and it was ridiculous because I got drunk.
It's not ridiculous. That's just normal.
Well, ectoplasma tastes like ass unless you add.
Excuse me. Get it right, child. Ecto-cooler.
I'm sorry. Ecto-cooler.
Thank you. Ectoplasma is like the jizz
right.
from a ghost.
It tastes probably like ectoplasm. Ecto-cooler tastes like ass.
I don't know.
Unless you add vodka, which we discovered.
Well, yeah, vodka makes most things better.
Yeah.
So
that was that. So yes, I'm gonna bring back multiple flavors of these Kit Kat things, and we're gonna do a podcast while tasting.
I'm all
these.
excited. I'm waiting for it.
So, because there's multiple bars, we're gonna do this, and I don't even like Kit Kats, which is going to be even more interesting. We're gonna. I
almost ordered some from this website, this J-pop website that apparently have. For Easter, they have banana Kit Kats.
No, see, you don't have to order. I'm going to go get them.
Yeah, I know, but
it's going to be awesome.
I was like, banana Kit Kat sounds amazing.
They have I think they have sushi flavored, seaweed flavored. I don't know. They have weird flavored. That's going to be gross. It's kind of like those beans, those
Harry Potter beans?
Yes, but they renamed them. They used to be the Birdie Bots every flavor beans, and now they're like Bamboozled or Bean Boozled or something now they've named. So it's like a game you play where you have the beans, like you have two beans that look like one is a good flavor and one is a nasty flavor. So your whole box is filled with these beans and you don't know if you're getting the good flavor one or the nasty flavored one. I have some.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
I'm scared to eat them. My mother bought them for me for Easter and I'm scared to even open them because I don't want the nasty flavor.
Bad.
It's like nasty stuff. So yeah. there's that.
Well, I think that's about it for our show.
Yeah, and that's great because the whole topic I wanted to talk about, we didn't talk about, so we're saving that till next show.
You should have brought it up.
No, we got it all into. It would have taken long, most of the show. It would have been most of the show.
Okay.
So I'm saving it. I'm saving it till next show.
So we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about and Weird Al.
That's
So you can follow me on Twitter at Scotty White. You can just go to ScottyWhite.com where you found this podcast.
Yes. I am on Twitter, Stephanie S. Ward 1, I think, or Instagram, always Stephanie, or you can go to ScottyWhite.com where you can find links to me.
All kinds of links.
There's Lincolns. Links.
Lincolns?
Linkity dinks.
Linkity dinks.
Linkity dinks.
Wow. How much wine have you had?
Only 2 glasses. I'm good.
She means she can drive.
Actually, I'm just being fun.
Yes, she is our facilitator of fun.
Because I'm fun.
You are fun. This is your Native American pop culture spirit guide saying, this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours!
Yes!
Yay!
I love a podcast where I feel like we can keep going and keep going and keep going. That was awesome. No, but you know what I mean. Like it's a comfortable. Let's just have fun.
Thanks for listening. You can follow us on Twitter at Mopcast Network, on Facebook.com/Mopcast Network, or just visit us at Mopcast.com. And remember, this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours.
Thank you for listening to the Mopcast Network.